Welcome to the Heaps Decent podcast, where we explore how art and music can empower youth by giving them a platform to express themselves, share their stories and find their voice. Each episode, we dive into inspiring conversations with artists, community legends and changemakers who are using creativity to build confidence and transform lives. Join us as we listen to voices not always heard but have a lot to say.
Today's podcast was recorded on the lands of the Eora people. A quick trigger warning before this starts. This podcast talks about topics like drug use, suicide and violence. So please consider that before listening. Thanks.
What's up everybody, I am Towa and with me is G Rebel.
Yo, it's G Rebel, what's good?
Mad. So firstly, how'd you find out about or how do you know about Heaps Decent? Pretty cool story, eh?
This is a bit of a spin out. I know of Heaps Decent because my sister is married to DJ Levens, who founded Heaps Decent ages ago. So yeah, I'm kind of spinning out that I'm here. For the fact that I'm here doing an interview here because I've never actually worked with Heaps Decent. But growing up, Lev was a massive part of how I got into music and how I became the artist I am today. I was very closed-minded in the music I listened to. I mean, I was in primary school. But yeah, one day he just took my iPod shuffle and was like, you need to stop just listening to exclusively Eminem. And just loaded it up with the Carter One, the first Future album, Young Buck, all of these rappers that I'd never heard of, and I was just like, holy shit, there's more than one rapper? This is crazy. My mind was blown, and I was just like, oh my god, I want to rap like Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
And then just Lev is a massive part of the reason that I am the artist that I am today. Great guy, Lev. We love him. So yeah, the fact that I'm here doing an interview is a full circle moment for me. Kind of spinning out a bit, but it's dope.
Yeah. So would you say those artists are sort of how you've got your flavour in music today?
Yeah, definitely. I think in terms of swag, definitely Wayne. He just breezes on a beat, you know what I mean? There's just no effort and he just murks it every time. And then going into deeper stuff, I guess Kendrick, Park, Remy Ma, there's a lot of artists that have kind of shaped the storytelling aspect. Yeah, I never know. The second someone asks me that, I just forget every rapper I've ever listened to.
Yeah, that's it.
I couldn't tell you.
No, I get you. So what keeps you going in music? Why do you keep making music?
I feel like this is a layered question. I think definitely for myself, for the fact that I love music and it is it's the biggest part of my life. It's pretty much my entire identity. It's just my passion for music. But deeper than that, I never really felt I had a voice in a lot of places in my life. I've got a lot of trauma and I never felt I was ever heard. I never felt I was given an opportunity to tell my story or to have anything that I wanted to talk about to be heard. And when words fail, music speaks. I guess deeper than just making a banger is the fact that I can actually speak up on things that are important to me or things that I see going on that I don't agree with, or I can put that into a song and people will listen to it. I got given a voice in that. And I think to empower other people too. A lot of my music is about fighting through trauma and being a strong independent woman and recovery. And I think that getting feedback from people saying oh, your song helped me through this, your song helped me through that is a big reason why I keep going.
Yeah, mad. Are there any tracks that off the top of your head that you could tell all the people to go check out?
Check out my latest single, My Shiv.
Yeah? What's that one about?
You know what, that one doesn't have too much of a deeper meaning. It's more of just a banger, but it's pretty much it's kind of going back and forth between the person that I am today, where I'm focused on recovery and healing and trying to do better, but also the fact that I never used to be that person and don't fuck around and find out type of thing. I guess. Is that
the one where it was G Rebel or versus Gotta Girl or something? I think you put on your Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone's really caught on to what that is yet, but it's I'm trying to introduce an alter ego where basically Gotta Girl is meant to be she has all the character attributes that I had when I was in active addiction and when I was running on the street. And then there's G Rebel, which is me now, and it's meant to be the conflicting of those two fighting. Yeah. But then also how they can cross over. I can still have those defects of character, and I can still act on my emotions and stuff like that. And it's meant to be kind of a fight, but just keeping it low key because it's been intense. So just
I thought the video looks sick.
Horns Production, shout out Horns.
Yeah.
Get your videos cheap in Sydney, mate.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, so whereabouts are you from?
West Sydney, baby.
Yes.
Mountie 2770. Yeah, I'm from West Sydney and I rep that to my death. I love it. I didn't grow up in West Sydney, but I definitely, that's home now, you know, like I've been there for the past couple of years and I love it.
Yeah.
Mashallah, I made it out the gutter. Pull up so fast you could smell the burning rubber. Mashallah, mashallah, mashallah. Beat could not be dumber. Track so hot.
Why does no one want to listen when it's not in music? Like, why? What gets it over the line with music?
I think it's really heavy. I think it's really hard to listen to somebody sit there and just talk about all of this traumatic stuff, and it's easier to ignore. And in the society that we live in, we are in an instant gratification society. If you don't like something, all you have to do is keep scrolling. You don't have to listen to anything. And like we do live in a world where it is instant gratification. Like you got a million memes on your phones, you can get 100 likes on a photo that you post. Like you don't necessarily have to engage in the things that you don't want to, but when it's music, if it sounds good, people will listen. And I think it's a lot easier to digest when it is in music. And I guess as well, when you like do develop some sort of an attachment to an artist, you're more inclined to listen to what they're going to say because you've been following them for a certain amount of time. It's crazy world we live in.
For real. So like you were saying that you use music to like address like issues that no one really talks about and that. Like what are some of these issues?
Addiction, domestic violence, sexual assault, the rape culture that we have in Australia, like the crime rate in youth and why is it like that? Like, and when I say the crime rate in youth, I'm not like, we need to get these hoodlums off the street. This is horrible. I'm talking about like, why is that what we're focused on? Like, why are we just focusing on like, oh, these kids are doing this, doing that? Like, that's how I see it in society. And it should more be like, hey, this is a literal child acting like this. What has led this kid to be doing this?
100.
Like, there's clearly something else going on. Because when I was a kid, like, I remember, like, sleeping in parks and getting, like, the move along. Like, just having cops be like, oh, you need to go home. And I'm like, and it's the same police officers every fucking night in the same park. And I'm like, I told you I can't go home. Okay, why can't you go home? I told you I'm not going to tell you because you're going to try to get my parents in trouble. Yeah. And then it's like, well, you need to move on. And I'm like, where do you want me to move to? I don't have anywhere to go. Like, I told you I don't feel safe at home. So I'm gonna move to the park up the road and you're going to follow me and you're going to tell me to move.
How old were you when this was happening?
15 to 17.
True.
So it was like on and off between, like when I use the term homeless, this actually caused some controversy on my social media because I've got like a lot of people that I kind of went to high school with, like, she wasn't homeless, she had a good family, like, and I'm like, yeah, like, that's great. And I did for a lot of the time have a good family, but there's also a lot of a darker side that a lot of people didn't see.
Yeah, just the shit that goes on behind closed doors.
Yeah, like we live in a dollhouse, and there were a lot of times that I didn't feel safe at home. And, you know, like going back to the societal issues, like I didn't tell anybody what was going on at home. I didn't want to talk about it because I thought that it was my fault, and I didn't want to open up about anything because, you know what, because of what happens like a lot of the time when people do open up is like the victim blaming comes into play, and it's like, why didn't you do this, why didn't you do that, it's not that bad. So I would just leave. Like every time things would get bad at home, I would just leave, and sometimes I would get kicked out, and then it would be like, oh well, I never meant it, you could have come home. And I'm like, well, you told me to get out, and you know what, I don't feel safe around you, so I left. Yeah. And yeah, like that was, and then it would be like, it would go for a week or so. I'd sleep in a park, I'd stay at a mate's house, then I'd go back home, and then it would be good for a bit, and then the same shit would repeat. And it was just like, all the cops ever did was like illegally strip search me while I was underage and tell me to move, like tell me to move on. And then I would go to the next park, and then they would tell me to move on again. And then they would call my mom, or I'd call my mom, and then my mum would go and be like, this is a minor, like what the fuck is wrong with you? And then they'd be like, well, if you care so much about what your daughter's doing, why are you letting her run around on drugs on the street? And my mum would be like, you have a gun and handcuffs and a taser and you can't stop her. So what makes you think that me telling her to get in the car is going to, like, I'll get her in the car and I'll take her home and she's going to be here in an hour, like she's going to leave again. And it was just, yeah, like just crazy. Like there was never, it was the same with school. I got expelled, and it was like, yeah, I was a shit kid, man. Like I was really, really bad in school, but there was never any, hey, why is this kid running around on drugs? Hey, why is this kid coming to school covered in bruises? Hey, why is this kid so enraged? Like this is
so there was like no support services whatsoever?
No, they asked me to leave. they literally just asked me to leave. Like, there was no, like, I think I saw the school counsellor for a bit, but there was no, like, what's going on at home? You know, do you want to talk about anything that's going on? It was just like, you're disrupting everyone. So I think it's better if you leave. And I was like, yeah, sweet. Okay, I will. But that's what I'm talking about is like people, I feel like it's so easy for people to look on the outside and just see like these kids running around doing shit for the sake of it. And it's like, even if that's what it looks like, yeah, okay, I used to steal food to eat, but I used to also be like a shit kid, right? And I used to go and like do a lot of dumb shit that I shouldn't have been doing. But then it also comes down to like, why was I doing that? Like, it's what is like fueling this behavior? Like, kids aren't born malice. Kids aren't born angry. Kids aren't born aggressive. Like, someone turns them into that. Something in their life causes that switch. And that's what we need to look at, not what they're doing. We need to look at why.
Do you have any idea like what we could do as a society to like try and make a change?
Well, I think services like this is a great start, honestly. Like, services like Heaps Decent, services like Street University, like, these are all great. I think we need a massive system change, which unfortunately probably isn't going to happen. And I mean, I think in terms of our generation, we do pretty good at managing it. I think it's just like trying to be more compassionate and understanding to people and just like holding back judgment, because like when you cast judgment on other people and just assume that they're doing this or they're doing this for this reason or it's not that bad, or like that's when the issues start, because you're just treating that person how everybody else is. Like, I think it's the difference of trying to understand someone that can like make the biggest difference to them. Like, that's why I loved Lev so much and still do, is because like he never ever looked at me like I was a monster. And I feel like everybody at my life had. Like, I got to this point where everybody was scared of me. Everybody had given up on me except my mum, God love her. But like, I just saw like the more I went down this path, the more people started to give up on me, and Lev just like never did. Like, every time I saw him, he was just like, hey George, how's it going? Like, just treated me the same and like just tried to keep me on the path of doing music. And it's like just having that, like just having this role model of like a really healthy like man in my life was like the biggest difference of me thinking that I could get clean and be successful.
So like, besides music, is there anything else like you'd use sort of thing to like get you through what you've been through?
I went to Narcotics Anonymous for a really long time. I still go every now and then. I definitely don't go as much as I should, but I still do a meeting here and there. I did a meeting every day for like over 5 years, and I'm not saying that anybody listening has to go and do like a meeting every day for 5 years, but I think that just having a community around me that were all there for the same purpose and had done like most of the shit that I had done, like just having people around me that would understand me with no judgment was like a massive, massive support system that I really needed when I first got clean. And I mean, I still do need them today. Like, I definitely don't need meetings as much, but that support system, like when shit hits the fan, that support system is always and will always be the first thing that I fall back on.
Yeah, mad.
Is like my sponsor, the women that I've met in the rooms, and some of the men, like just going to a meeting and feeling like I'm in a safe space.
For like anyone listening, how could you access these services?
You just go to na.org.au and it's completely free. It's run by addicts, so it's not like a government agency. It's not like a charity. Like, it's literally like a room full of addicts, and then we go, okay, one person has to take the key and open up the room for the next 6 months, and then someone will go, yep, I'll do it. And then everybody else who's in the group will be like, yep, okay, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And it's like someone has to be the tea bitch. That's what we call it. Like, somebody has to bring the tea and the coffee and the biscuits, and then someone will be like, yep, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Someone has to be the treasurer, which is like we pass around like a bowl and just like all chuck our coins in it. Like,
Yeah.
if you have coins.
So it's like a
chuck it in.
community almost.
Yeah, and then like we'll use the money to pay rent and buy the biscuits and all that kind of stuff. So someone will be the treasurer, they'll like count the money and pay the rent and stuff. And then it's like, yeah, and it goes all the way up to like, there's like it's like a global organization, and it's like everyone in it's an addict, and we're just all addicts trying to help each other.
Yeah, that's mad. How long you've been sober for?
I've been clean and sober for 5 years and 6 months.
Mad.
9 days.
Yeah, that's sick.
And counting. Yeah, so that's including weed and alcohol.
Yeah.
And again, like, I don't think total abstinence is necessarily the option for everyone. If you can recreationally use, good for you. I can't. Like, I even if it's just weed or alcohol, I know that like one is never enough for me. I can go out and have one drink now and you'll find me in 2 weeks in a gutter. And that's just my reality. So yeah, total abstinence is definitely the only way for me. which is really interesting because I'm in the rap scene. But yeah, it's good. It's good living your life sober.
So I've also know that you've got like 2 cats.
Oh my God, my cats, Ghosty and Entei.
Yeah.
I called my cat Entei because it's TN in Pig Latin. I love my cats so much. They're rag dolls. I would kill and die for them. If anyone touches my cats, I will kill you. They're kittens and they're sisters and they're from the same litter and they cuddle each other every night and they're best friends and they're at the vet right now and I'm very sad because I didn't get to see them last night.
That's dope.
And I hate that I miss you. Hate that I think of the nights that I kissed you. I'm already down. He's not ready for the plunge. He's not ready for the jump. He's not ready for the love, nah. And I hate that I miss you. There ain't no sleep on the nights I'm not with you. I can't even tell him cause I know he's gonna run. He's not ready for the jump. He's not ready for the love, Every damn day he got bitches in the DM.
Can we talk a bit about scene stuff? Because you started to say, like, in the rap scene. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I think you said in the rap scene. I don't have like a specific question, but it seems like it can be part of a support network or part of kind of, it sounded like maybe detrimental because of its portrayed, I guess. But I guess my question would be is, what does your scene feel like to you? Does it feel like supportive? Does it feel like everything? Is it like...
Give me 20 minutes to answer this question. Okay, so I love this question. This is great. Yeah, no, I mean, like, I'm going to talk for 20 minutes. So I think when I first came in the scene, I was very overwhelmed and I didn't find it supportive. But I think it's because I was kind of looking at it like this industry whole, whereas like today I kind of view the scene as like the underground scene, right? Like it's like what we're doing right now, this is the scene. You make music, I make music, we met at a gig, that's the scene. And it's like, that's really beautiful. Like that's an awesome thing that we can do. And I think like for me now, the scene is massively supportive. Like all of my best friends are in the scene. I have a studio at my house and we just do like studio nights, like a couple nights a week. Like most of the time we actually don't even get anything done. like last night I had like Ishi from Flight Academy and Marky Don't Miss come over and it was just like Ishi just sat there and made a beat for like 2 hours while we just like freestyled over it. And it's like, that's the scene. Like that was a great scene night. Like I think it definitely is a community. And I think that what comes in having like a creative safe space is that like those friendships that you build. And I think that is more how I view the scene now, is like this community rather than this ladder that we're all trying to climb.
Do you think a lot of people see that part first and that is a really negative kind of first interaction?
Yeah, the industry's fucked, man. Sorry. Like, but it's like, it's so oversaturated and it's just, for the most part, it's almost just like you see these carbon copies of like these cap clown rappers who are just all competing to be the toughest, the biggest, the baddest, the richest, like the most violent, like just fighting for this place on the top. And it's like every day you wake up and there's this new overnight sensation who are just doing the same shit, talking about the same shit. And it's like you find out that then like, oh, they're signed to this label and that's how they got that, or and it's just like, it's like a cat and mouse game, like when you look at the industry as a whole. But I think that a lot of what comes with that is how we measure success. Like when I first came in the scene, I knew nothing about it. And I thought like what measured success was like my Spotify streams, how much money I was making and whether I got signed or not. And now the way I measure success is like how many local gigs I'm playing, what impact am I making on like the local scene and like the community scene. Like this right now is more meaningful to me than getting like 100,000 streams, because those streams are like fleeting. You know what I mean? Like I think that the industry is very much a conveyor belt and it's like you'll be relevant for 10 minutes and then you're not. And it kind of repeats. And it's like every day it's that instant gratification thing. We're waking up to this new artist who just dropped this song and then you're relevant for a bit and then it picks up. And it's like, for me to create something sustainable that's going to have like any longevity to it, it's the community. Like I would rather be like 30 and still sitting at the streams that I'm at now and having like no growth in that aspect for the next 8 years, but build up this network than become like an overnight sensation and not have this. Because I don't know, like I look at it and I think that's why like all of the big time celebrities are on drugs and are still like stuck in the lifestyle that they used to have because they're not happy.
That's it.
How long did it take you to do you reckon it took, and again, either of you could probably answer this question, to see that? Did it take years? Did it take a few big releases? Because I know a lot of people, or I hope a lot of people that listen to this will be interested in what we talked about first, and music, because people are listening to this for people that are just starting.
Well, yeah, I only just started like 9 months ago.
Yeah,
so
look
it's
at what
like,
you're doing, lad. It's crazy. Just load up your vault. Just have your vault.
That's it.
Just load up your vault. Just load it up. Realizing that the difference in the scene, I definitely started to see it after my first couple months of being in. And I released my first song and I was like, I'm not famous yet. Not too sure what to do with this. The more I started going out to gigs and stuff, the more I did start to really like the local community scene. I think honestly what the turning point was for me was when I did get assaulted and I put it I jumped on Instagram and I was like, yo, it's G Rebel story time. This is the man that you're all supporting. Please be wary of every stream, everything that you do actually does contribute to this artist's success. Be aware of who you're making the next celebrity, because this is the power that this person holds. They are abusive. They do this. And I think it was honestly just the response from the local scene that was the massive realization for me, was that I didn't expect anyone to care or anyone to believe me or listen. And I just had so many artists that some of them I hadn't even really met properly, just supporting me and reposting it and unfollowing and shadow, pretty much just cancelling this guy. And I was like, oh, holy shit, this actually is a community because people care. And I think that's what the difference is the care factor. And then same thing, after my dad passed, it was just that community thing where I really found out who I really had there for me during that time. Unfortunately, that's what does happen. It's when shit hits the fan, you find out who gives a shit, right?
Yep.
But I found out it was way more people than I thought it was. And it was a community, it was actually a community of people who cared. And I guess being given a lot of local opportunities, seeing groups like Bodega Collective, who shout out Betty White, fuck yeah, I love Tom. Yeah, seeing groups like Bodega that are not just focused on getting the biggest artist who's got the most streams and stuff. I see so many of these Aussie rap collectives who are oh yeah, the latest latest news in Aussie hip hop, but it's always just the exact same copy and paste versions of each other. It's, for starters, it's usually the men, and it's usually the men who are talking about the same shit, and it's whoever's popping at the moment. It's never actually about who's in the scene and being active members of the local community. It's the people who are getting the most plays and are dropping the songs with the most traction. And it's not interviews or anything it's nothing on a deeper level. It's just yeah, spit some bars, you're mad. Whereas I don't know, with Bodega, they open their studio to so many people in the scene. They hold the Pass the Mics where they're giving opportunities to artists who have 300 followers to perform. They're holding these free gigs. I see that there's actually they're building a community, and that's what they're doing. Shout out Peter from Bodega. And it's yeah, I see things like that and I go the scene can't be dead, because there's people out here who are dedicating their whole lives to it.
Cause now I cried, no sleep, dark-eyed. Got top 5 sitting in my archive. You a hand pistol, bitch, I'm a R5. I'm always pushed through, laugh now, cry later, look at death and they hit him with the ha ha ha. I ain't carry no guns, but you still get murked by my words. I'ma hit you with the pop pop pop. Now I move so tactical, it hit your clavicle. I'm so precise, what you know about it? Yeah, your boy's theatrical, let's stay practical. But my boys have really been about it. When I step this way, too big for your boots, pussy boy, you don't know where I come from. 3 a.m. waking up in a sweat, got the nightmares again, reminiscing on what I've done. I can't wash this blood from my
Just on that thing you said before, just with the copy and paste and whatever, what's your opinion on the drill and rap scene, the drill and trap? It's a bit of a touchy one, but we all know there's a couple of those young'uns.
Some drill rap I like, the rest of you are clowns. And I say that so wholeheartedly because I hear I'll see 5-foot men who are and I'm not body shaming, I'm just saying 5-foot men who may be 60 kilos talking about I put 12 shots in his neck, and I'm okay, that's a fully automatic weapon, and I know that for a fact you actually can't even lift that. Because those are heavy, and the recoil on that would send you flat, you're lying. Or I slit his neck and the blood was everywhere. I'm no, you didn't though. You actually didn't. You're 16. Yeah. And look, some rappers, drill rappers, they're not capping. They live that life. But majority of them, it's all bullshit. it's cap. They're renting Lamborghinis for music videos while they live with their parents, and they're hiring strippers while they're like on Tinder begging for tit pics. And it's just like, bro, why are you trying so hard? Like, I go even deeper and I go like, what is missing within your relationship with yourself that you feel a need to act the way you think society wants you to act, or you feel like you have to act this way to get any traction in your music? Like, if you feel like you have to form yourself into this person to get anywhere. It's not it, bro. Just be you. Like, tell me where you came from. Tell me about your story. Like,
Yeah, that's
and it's like, yeah, look, there are some drill rappers that I actually do really fuck with, and it's not like a diss on like the whole culture of it. Like, I've got a couple drill songs, but it's more like just like the whole culture that goes behind it, of like everybody just caps in their bars, like they're all just copying, pasting the same shit. They're all wearing ballies. Who are you hiding from? You still go to school. Who are you hiding from? Like, it's okay. Like, no one's going to come and get you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? It's a very weird, like...
Yeah. Because, like,
weird.
I enjoy drill, like, you know, whatever. Like, if it's a mad track, like,
Yeah.
good music's good music.
Exactly.
But then it's also, what do you think of, like, when they're spreading that message of, like, you know, violence and that? You know, they're kind of encouraging it.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Like, I think there's a difference between telling your story and, like, advocating for this stuff. You know what I mean? And I think, like, if you've got a couple tracks here and there where you're, like, speaking your truth and you're talking about what you've been through, okay. Like, and if you've got other tracks where you're kind of backing it up with, like, you don't have to live that life, like, okay. But, yeah, like, all these drill rappers that are out here and, like, spreading this shit, it's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Like, it's a bit, and like, don't get me wrong, man, like, I've got songs where I bark on like that.
Yeah,
like, I bark on like I'm the biggest
Same.
fucking fish in the bowl. Like, you heard that like Home Invasion track at like,
Banger.
yeah, but like, it's like, you know, like, I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to do with Gutter Girl, is bring in this like alter ego where it's like I'm telling stories from, like, some of them are my stories, some of them are stories from like people that I know that they've told me, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to turn this into a song so you can play it back, and this is like your story, like in a song type shit, like some like written poetry. But like, for the most part, I try and like still steer back to the message of like, don't actually go and do that. Like, and I think that, yeah, us as artists, we all do have a responsibility, more or less, especially in the local community, because we know so many of our listeners are youth, and like, we're all so impressionable. And I think that is a thing with like so many big artists in like the Oz scene, is that like the message that they're spreading is really warped. And again, like, I think, yeah, like, there's ways to talk about it. Like, that's what I was trying to do with my shiv, was like, I'm talking about like, yeah, I may go out and do this stuff, and like, I used to do this stuff, but then still kind of bringing it back to like, I'm trying to do better. Like, I'm trying to not live that life because these are the consequences of it. Whereas I feel like in drill, it's just like, I stabbed him twice and it was great. And then I got $100,000 and I sat down with a beautiful woman and I woke up and I did it all again, and the police can't catch me. And it's just like, you're telling kids, like, this is the life. Like, this is how it works. It's not how it works.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not how it works. It's crazy. Like, okay, I thought that was how it worked till I got my first charge, and I was like, oh, I can actually get caught. Like, I can actually get in shit for this. Like, and then it was also like, just the thing of like looking at like, yeah, okay, there was a lot of like things that I did because it was my choice, and things that I did that I thought was a good idea, but there are a lot of things I did just to keep up because what everyone around me was doing. And it's like, do you want to be like a sheep, or do you want to be a wolf? Like, go and choose your own path. Go do what you want to do. Do something that's going to nourish your soul.
Yeah.
Like, not just, what's the point of having like a sick rap career if you're going to go to jail for 25 to life? You can only get Amazon CDs in there, man. Like, you're not going to be bumping the latest shit on Spotify. You got to wait 10 to 14 days to get like the next fucking single. Like, it's not it.
So thanks everyone for listening. I've been Tawa. This has been G Rebel. Do you want to tell everyone where to find you on the socials?
My Instagram is @itsgrebel, and all my music is just under G Rebel.
Mate.
Fucking oath. Cheers for having me.
Sick.